one. Nice.
Alright guys, so this is a little RC no prep video that I'm gonna make for you guys. This is how I condition my tires and how I get them prepped to run them. These tires have air in them. As you can tell, they have a valve. It's not like the original valves that Mark Vine and all those people use that they you gotta fill them up with a little pump. This is more of the one, it's an air conditioning valve. I got this idea from Brian Elkins. He makes the hot tire cookie bands, the tire warmers. And he showed me that he uses a air conditioning valve inside. And you basically seal it up, the relief holes that the rim comes with. He seals them up with some RTV silicone, black silicone, and then you put the valve, you drill, I think, a 7/16 hole, and that's the size of the valve, and you thread it in. Once you thread it in, you put some RTV around the inside and on the outside of the rim, and then on the inside of the rim. And once that dries up, you put on your tire, you glue your tire up, and then you test it, and you test it for any leaks. And then when you squeeze it, you'll be able to you'll be able to hear if it's leaking by just, you'll feel it leaking out. But once it doesn't leak, the way you test it is you press it, you let it sit like that, all wrinkled up. Once it's all wrinkled up, you let it sit for like maybe an hour. And if it comes back and it stayed like this wrinkled, then that means you have no leaks. And then you just simply air it back up. So how I condition my tires and how I prep my reactions, I've never gotten my hands on some Voodoos. I know they work really well. A lot of people run them. I just never came around to getting in my hands on a set of them, so it's no big deal. Reactions work just fine. So these are fresh, brand new reactions. I've never made a pass on them. So these, you can tell they're brand new. Now, these tires, when I get them fresh out the bag with reactions, you will always notice they have a light coat of like some white oily haze that it has on top. I don't know exactly what it is, but that's what the company brings it. The company puts it on the tire to make sure that they last and the rubber doesn't wear down and stuff. It's just to preserve the tire inside the bag. You don't want that. That's just slick. It's just not gonna work well. So right off the bat, what I do is I take them out. I take out the foam inside when they come with it, and I just grab the tire and I use some Simple Green. This is some Simple Green that I put in some Detailer's bottle that I ran out, so I ended up emptying it out and just putting some Simple Green in there. Then I spray the Simple Green on the tire. Once I get it all over around, I come with a sponge, with a dish soap sponge, and then I start scrubbing it until it's all foamed up. And then you rinse it off with some water, you lay it down, and you let it sit and air dry. Once it air dries, you obviously do the second tire, the same process. You let them sit. Once they air dry, it don't matter how long you let them dry, just make sure that they dry up. Once they dry up a little bit, you do it again. You repeat this process a couple more times. I usually do it around 3 to 4 times or even more until I start to see no more white haze. I'm very, very picky with this stuff, so I do it as much as maybe 8 to 10 times, and the results speak for themselves. The tire comes out shiny, 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 shiny. And when you try to put them together, they stick. Obviously, these are gonna fall off a lot more because they have some wheels already on it and stuff, so it's heavier, but they stick. And it's incredible how the rubber reacts to Simple Green and just a little bit of scrubbing. But other than that, once you get that done, what I like to do to soften up the tire a lot more, I got some Stick It from Beetlejuice, some Beetlejuice Stick It. This is a product that Kelly Rio sells. I've had this for a while, as you can tell it gets all dirty. It's normal for it to get dirty, it's gonna happen. After applying coats and cleaning the tire, you're gonna end up getting the liquid very dirty, but it's fine, it still does the job. So what I do is I get a little bit and I pass it around the tire. And I just go around like this. And just coat it all over. Sometimes I get on the sidewalls to soften up the sidewalls a little bit, but I've already done this a couple times, just doing this for video demonstration. And then I do the same with the other tire. Just one dip with the little sponge that it comes with is more enough to get both tires coated. So basically what this does is it softens up and it breaks down the rubber. Not in a bad way, it actually just breaks down the rubber stiffness. It softens up the rubber because these reactions are belted and they're not really the softest when you get them out the bag. They're very stiff and very hard, and sometimes that doesn't work well. So this basically breaks down the rubber and it softens it up. I like to do this a couple times, not at the moment, but a couple times along the way as I'm making passes. After every 3, 4, 5 passes, I clean the tire up with Simple Green, and then I apply some Beetle Juice and I let it sit, and then I let it sit for about I want to say no less than a minute. I'm sorry, no more than a minute. I don't want it to be on there for a long time. Sometimes what I do is I end up applying it, letting it dry, and then I just throw them in a bag, in a Ziploc bag, and I seal them up to race day. But for this demonstration, I'm just gonna wipe it off. I just wipe off the Beetle Juice. So I just let it, just whatever else stayed on, stick to the tire and do its job. Do the same for this one. And then see how they're kind of shiny. That's fine. You just wipe it off. I don't like to let it sit that much. Like I said, only if I'm gonna bag them and leave them for race day, then I do let them sit, and I put them in a bag and I let them sit for a while until race day. But for now, just a video demonstration, I'm just gonna wipe it off. That's normally how I will do it while I'm racing. When I'm on the testing or a race day, I am gonna do the same process I just did now, and just apply a little bit around it and then let it sit for no longer than a minute and just wipe it off. And these are ready to go. You throw them on your tire warmers, and once you throw them on your tire warmers, you let her eat. Once you get them all out, you just throw them on the car and just run it, and it'll do a good job. I've really never had any issues with this. It's actually helped out a lot, believe it or not. So really impressed and really satisfied with the product and the way it works. So I haven't ran these with air in them yet. This will be probably my first time running them. I'll probably pull a video of my test and tune very soon. I'm just waiting on a few things to get here for the chassis. And once they get here and I start putting them on and getting the chassis balanced and aligned, I should be ready to make its first couple hits. And we should see how it does. I've been out of the RC game for quite a while, about 7 months. So I'm a rookie at this point. Everybody's gone fast. Everybody's now in the 1s, 1.9s, 1.8s. You know, it's impressive. You know, when I was just getting out of the RC no prep 7 months ago, the fastest times were 2.0s. So go figure. Everybody now is in the 1.8s consistently. So that's pretty impressive. Now I just got to do some catch up and get my stuff figured out. But just wanted to make this little video for you guys, so you guys can see how I do my tire prep and what's my race program like when it comes to tires. I'm very picky with tires. I believe that 80% of your work for the RC no prep to make your chassis work is your tires. 80% of that is tires. Another 10% is your suspension, and the other 10% is your tune-up. That's what I'm strongly a believer in. If you don't have your tires right, your car does not work, because you can't make, if you set up your chassis very well and your shock's badass and your car does not hook, that's a tire situation, or it could be a tune, but 80% of that could be your tires. I'm speaking on my personal experience. I'm not saying that it's a for sure thing that it happens to everybody. Maybe it's the other way around for other people. But for me, personally, 80% of my work goes into my tire prep. And if my tire prep is not on point, my chassis is not on point. Just how I set up my stuff. And the way I set up my tune on my chassis and on my stuff, it works well with the tires. If the tires are not doing this job, the chassis is not doing this job. Now, if the tires are doing this job and then the car is acting up, that's just, chassis, setup, and tune. So it's an easy way to troubleshoot. But enough talking. That was that for this video. I appreciate you guys taking the time of watching. If you guys are this far into the video, I really appreciate it. I will be posting more RC no prep stuff, as well as my normal content of the C10 and the Corvette, stuff like that. But if you guys like more of this no prep stuff, just comment below and like and share it. I'll be more than happy to make more videos about this. I would actually like to show you guys my race program and how I do things. I will be soon getting on Vernon Dean's. He has a YouTube channel. I believe it's Vernon Dean, or it's G4B Racing. He's doing little video shoots or little interviews with people and showing off how other people have their race program set up. And I'll probably be on one of those episodes soon. I just gotta get my stuff together first before I get on there, because my car is not 100%. So other than that, like I said, if you guys like more of these videos, just drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. I really do read all those comments, and I do reply back. So feel free to hit me up. I will drop my social media and the link in the description if you guys want to chit chat with me and get in contact with me about more questions. I do have more videos about the no prep stuff. If you go to my YouTube channel and scroll down to a couple more videos, I have a R1 no prep basic setup video where I explain how to set up the R1. It is a little outdated. There's a lot more stuff that people have figured out with that ESC, and they have figured out different ways to tune it. I will be making a second video follow-up once I start getting some tests and tunes with my chassis and getting this figured out. We'll post more videos about that and the way I start to learn how to tune differently with that. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you guys want to see some more. And if you don't, thumbs down if you suck. Thank you guys. Peace.